Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to show you how I teed off my outlet here so that I could hook up a jumper lead hose into my auxiliary tank, which I modified in a different video. And I've seen people do it differently on YouTube. Some people have removed this safety valve and basically inserted a quick disconnect here and then moved this valve to the auxiliary tank. You can do that if you want to. The only thing is, if you do that and you ever disconnect the auxiliary tank, it leaves your main compressor unchecked, basically. So if it were to over pressurize one day, you wouldn't have a safety valve that's on the unit itself to help keep it in check. So you can do that if you want. Basically, if you wanted unregulated air, you could tee it off here and then put the safety valve on one end of the T and then hook up your auxiliary tank onto the other side of the T. So essentially you would just need one of these. Make sure you get your fittings right, male or female, and however direction you want it to go into it, you can then just have this hooked into here, valve on one side, and then the hose leading to your auxiliary tank on the other side. Since I disconnect my auxiliary tank and take it with me a lot, I don't want to leave the compressor unsafe. So what I'll do is I'm just going to tee off of the main line, which is regulated. And what it'll allow me to do is have two ports that come off of the compressor, essentially. And also, what I'm going to do is basically just dedicate one of those ports to the smaller tank. It'll help me fill it. It'll help keep the compressor happy, and it'll give it a bigger capacity. So let's take everything apart and I'll show you what I did. Okay, so this is what I came up with. Basically, all I'm doing is just teeing off of the outlet of the tank, and on one end, I'm going to have a dedicated line which goes to the auxiliary tank. So whenever the air compressor runs, it'll fill up both tanks at the same time and equalize the pressure between the two. And on the other side of the T, I have my normal outlet, which would then go to the normal hose and tool that I'm using whilst it's connected to the compressor. So for me, if I ever need to disconnect the auxiliary tank, I could just disconnect it here and the tank acts as normal because it has its safety relief valve still in the same place, and you don't have to worry about overpressurization. So now what it does when I leave it connected is it basically increases the capacity from the 10 gallon that's on the compressor plus the other 5. So right now, this is what I came up with. Thanks for watching, and if you have any other comments, please leave them below and I'll be sure to respond. Thanks.